Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the Browns this season, you know that the quarterback position has been a roller coaster ride. And honestly, it's no secret that Cleveland has been searching for stability under center for quite some time. But what's really caught everyone's attention lately is the decision to turn the page on Joe Flacco, who has been a part of the Browns for a little while now. Yes, Flacco, that veteran who's been around the league for nearly 2 decades, has seen many ups and downs, but his role in Cleveland is coming to an end, at least for now. The Browns have officially announced that Dillon Gabriel will step in as the starting quarterback for Week 5, and this marks a significant moment for the franchise. Gabriel, the rookie out of Oklahoma, will make his first NFL start when the Browns face the Minnesota Vikings at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. And let's be honest, Cleveland fans, this is more than just a change of guard. It's a signal of the team's commitment to developing its young talent and building for the future. Gabriel's rise has been watched closely by fans and analysts alike. Coming into the league, many wondered whether he could adapt to the NFL's speed and complexity, but so far, he's shown flashes of potential. The Browns see him as a guy who can grow into an efficient leader, someone who can elevate the offense with his arm strength and ability to make plays outside the pocket. This decision to bench Flacco, who's been Cleveland's backup, is a clear indication that the team is prioritizing youth and long-term development rather than sticking with a veteran who, frankly, hasn't exactly been lighting up the stat sheets this season. Flacco's efforts in 2025, while admirable for his veteran presence, have painted a picture of a quarterback nearing the end of his career. His numbers haven't been flashy, and the Browns are clearly looking for a spark, a new identity that Gabriel might bring. But what if things had taken a different turn? You see, the Browns could have explored trading Flacco ahead of the upcoming trade deadline on November 4th. And honestly, there are some teams out there that might be interested, especially considering Flacco's Super Bowl MVP credentials from Super Bowl XLVII. Despite his recent struggles, he still carries a lot of experience and could be an asset for a team looking for a capable backup or even a bridge quarterback. Teams like the Dallas Cowboys, Los Angeles Chargers, or even the Denver Broncos, who are always looking for reliable options behind their starters, could see value in adding Flacco to their roster. These teams are in the market for someone with NFL experience who can step in if their starters go down or provide veteran leadership when needed. Now, let's analyze this a bit more deeply. The Browns, by turning to Gabriel, are betting on his potential to develop into a franchise quarterback. The team has been aggressive in drafting young talent, and this move aligns with their broader strategy of building through the draft and nurturing young players. Gabriel's arm strength and athleticism are promising, and with the right coaching, he could become an integral part of Cleveland's offense for years to come. But that doesn't mean Flacco's experience is completely off the table. In fact, if the Browns receive an attractive offer, perhaps a mid-round pick or a future conditional, there's a real possibility that Flacco could be moved before the deadline. It would make sense for Cleveland to capitalize on his veteran status and perhaps even use him as a bargaining chip to bolster other areas of the roster. Speaking of potential suitors, let's explore some options that could be a good fit for Flacco. Starting with the Dallas Cowboys, a team that's been heavily reliant on their passing game, especially with Dak Prescott's injuries. The Cowboys need someone who can step in, command the huddle, and keep the offense running smoothly if Prescott gets hurt again. Although the Cowboys have a promising young quarterback in Dak Prescott, he's had his injury issues, and Dallas needs a seasoned backup who can step in and lead without missing a beat. Flacco, with his experience, could be a good fit here, especially considering their offensive scheme, which emphasizes passing. The Cowboys' head coach Brian Schottenheimer values a quarterback who can adapt quickly and run the offense efficiently, and Flacco, despite being a bit past his prime, still has enough arm talent and leadership qualities to bring value to Dallas. Moving on to the Los Angeles Chargers, they've been one of the more pass-heavy teams this season, tied with the Cincinnati Bengals for the third highest pass play percentage at around 64%. Their current backup, Trey Lance, isn't exactly a perfect fit for their style of offense, given his limitations in accuracy and experience in dropping back to pass 40 times a game. Flacco, with his pocket presence and ability to deliver under pressure, could be a perfect fit for the Chargers' aerial attack. If Los Angeles is looking for someone who can step in and run their offense with confidence, Flacco's veteran presence and playoff experience could be exactly what they need. Plus, with the Chargers' offensive coordinator and coaching staff familiar with veteran quarterbacks, bringing Flacco into their system might not be as complicated as it seems. And then there's the Denver Broncos. Their quarterback situation has been a bit of a mess this season, especially after trading away some of their key players and struggling to find consistency at the position. Jarrett Stidham has been trying to prove himself, but his stats haven't exactly been eye-popping. Over 5 seasons, he started only 4 games, with a record of 1-3, a 62.5% completion rate, and a handful of turnovers. The Broncos' front office might be tempted to bring in a veteran like Flacco to stabilize the position, especially if they're considering their options ahead of the trade deadline. Flacco's experience, especially in high-pressure situations like playoff games, could be just what Denver needs to push for a late-season push, or at least provide stability, until they find a more long-term solution. But let's not forget the potential for Flacco to return to his roots. Could he see himself going back to the Ravens, where his NFL journey started? With Lamar Jackson's hamstring injury making headlines, Baltimore's quarterback situation has become a bit uncertain. If the Ravens think about making a move before the deadline, Flacco's familiarity with the organization and the AFC North could make him an attractive option. It would be quite the story, Flacco finishing his career where it all began, perhaps as a veteran presence to help guide the team during Jackson's recovery. Whether or not Baltimore pulls the trigger, it's an intriguing storyline that adds even more spice to the NFL trade season. Now, back to Cleveland, this move to bench Flacco isn't just about the present, it's also about the future. The Browns are clearly investing in Gabriel, trying to see if he can develop into their franchise quarterback. It's a bold move, especially considering the pressure that comes with playing in Cleveland, where expectations run high and patience can be thin. But the team's front office and coaching staff seem committed to building around their young talent, and this decision reflects that philosophy. Of course, this isn't just about Gabriel's development. It's also about the overall trajectory of the Browns' season. Cleveland has had its share of ups and downs, but with a stout defense led by players like Myles Garrett and a solid running game, they're always in the conversation. Adding a young quarterback with potential could be the missing piece to unlock their offensive firepower and push for a postseason appearance. The coaching staff's challenge now is to help Gabriel grow, manage his nerves, and develop the chemistry needed to succeed at the NFL level. If he can start strong in London, it could set the tone for the rest of the season and beyond. But let's remember, this move comes with risks. Gabriel is a rookie, and rookies often face growing pains. Cleveland's fans are known for their passionate support, but they also expect results. If Gabriel struggles early on, questions will be asked about the decision to bench Flacco, who, despite his limitations, has experience and leadership qualities. It's a delicate balancing act for the coaching staff, trusting the young guy while managing expectations and avoiding putting too much pressure on him right out of the gate. And speaking of Flacco's future, there's the question of what's next for him. Will he accept a backup role with another team? Will he wait for an opportunity to start again? Or perhaps he'll consider hanging up his cleats after the season. Flacco's career has been nothing short of remarkable: Super Bowl champion, MVP, and a true veteran of the game. His leadership in the locker room and his experience on the field are valuable commodities, even if he's no longer a starting quarterback in the traditional sense. So, as we look ahead to the next few weeks, all eyes will be on Cleveland's decision to start Gabriel and the ripple effects it could have across the league. Teams are always looking for that edge, that veteran presence that can make a difference in tight games or during critical moments. Flacco's name might come up in trade talks, or he might stay on the bench as a backup. but his story in Cleveland is clearly entering a new chapter. And let's not forget, football is unpredictable, and sometimes a single game or a single decision can alter the entire landscape of the season. Cleveland fans, I know this is a big moment, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move to start Dillon Gabriel? Do you think he's ready to lead the team to victory, or are you feeling a bit uneasy about putting so much faith in a rookie? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns. Do you think Flacco still has a role to play somewhere else in the league? Or maybe you believe he's better suited to be a mentor, a locker room presence that can help guide the next generation. Whatever your thoughts are, I want to hear them. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more of everything you love about the Cleveland Browns. Stay tuned, and as always, go Browns.